Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to yet another SuperCard video. Now, today I'm just going to be... no, there isn't. Oh yeah, there is a team event. Which I haven't got a team. Shit. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to be just playing some ranked mode. I'm going to be getting some... using my contracts to get a load of draft picks, and while I do that, I'm just going to be basically going over my review of SummerSlam. So obviously SummerSlam 2017 was last night, so yeah, I'm just going to go from start to finish, pretty much go over what I thought, what was good, what was bad, and stuff like that. So, kicking things off, you had the cruiserweight title match, I think, on the pre-show. I predicted it right. I predicted Neville would regain his title. Sorry, my mind went blank. Although the match was very sound, it was technically good. I just think it was stupid to take the title off him, off of Neville, and then give it back to him literally 6 days later. So that part I do not understand. But yeah, as I said, the match itself was really good. Well, not really good, but just good. It was technically sound. That's what I was meant to be. That was what I couldn't think of. Then you had Miz and these Miztourage versus Jason Jordan and the Hardy Boys. Again, I weren't really focused on that match, to be honest. So I weren't really paying full attention to it. But Miz pinned Jason Jordan, so it seems to be that's leading to a feud with them for the IC title. I didn't actually predict a winner for this match because I completely forgot all about it. Then you had one of the best matches of the night, and it was on the pre-show, and it was the New Day versus the Usos. It was Big E and Xavier Woods. Obviously for New Day, and then you had the Usos, and it was a great match. It was technically solid. It was close finish after close finish. It was tight. You didn't know who was going to win, and for me, that builds excitement, and the crowd seemed to be really into it as well. So that was another good little bit. I predicted New Day would retain, and I got it wrong. So currently I'm one out of two predictions I've made I've got right. Then the main show started. You had obviously the big starting promo and all that, and you had the who was it? John Cena versus Baron Corbin. Now, I predicted Cena would win, which he did, and I don't know. I just couldn't see him having Cena lose with him coming back and all that. But the way they've buried Baron Corbin, he must have done something wrong. From what I've understood of it, apparently he insulted someone on Twitter or something like that, or he was being a right nasty git to him. Yeah, I don't know, but with him losing the briefcase and then losing this match as well, he's been sincerely buried. And whether that leads to him going psychopath and all that, I don't know. Or even more psycho than he already is, because he's already tried to kill Dean Ambrose. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Corbin doesn't seem all that. Cena, I think will get his he'll win the record and then retire. I think for a number of what do you call it, title run, WWE titles, world titles. Then you had Natty versus Naomi. Again, I predicted this one right. I predicted Natalya to win the title. I did a little extra prediction of Carmella cashing in, but I got that wrong. She didn't cash in. There wasn't even a tease of it, so I don't know if they're saving that for SmackDown or another pay-per-view. But it would have been good to see. But yeah, again, Natalya versus Naomi, they're two very solid competitors in ring, so it weren't a bad match by any means. The finish was good. You had Naomi crying when the ref gave Natalya the title. You felt kind of sorry for her that she'd lost, which I think was not a good thing, because you don't want to obviously see someone upset, but you know what I mean. Then what did you have after that? I can't remember what was afterwards, but you had Big Show versus Big Cass. Oh! Nice. Okay. 128 resets. Wow. Okay. I weren't expecting that so soon. Okay. If it was a pro, I'd have been a bit more screamy, but wow, we've got Rusev. Nice. So yeah, we had Big Cass versus Big Show. It was this was one of the bad ones. You know exactly what it was going to be. The Big Show would eventually hit Cass with a KO punch, but not be able to do it properly because of his hand being supposedly broken. Yet if his hand was broken, he wouldn't actually be allowed to compete. So it was just a load of crap. Cass would kick out and then beat Big Show somehow. But the only bit of this match I found exciting, well, not exciting because that sounds weird, but like what good was the fact that Enzo managed to escape the shark cage, but then he landed on the mat and then Big Cass just booed him straight in the face. So here's the end of the match, and then that was it. Hopefully it's the end of the rivalry. But then you had Orton versus Rusev. I don't know if this is the exact order. I can't remember exactly. But Rusev gave Orton a bit of a beat down before the match started. Attacked him from behind while he's doing the thing he does on the turnbuckle. But then the bell rang. Rusev charged at Randy Orton. Randy Orton dodged it. And then Rusev got the most vicious RKO I think I've ever seen, with the exception of the Seth Rollins one he gave at WrestleMania 31. I think, yeah, that was, apart from that Seth Rollins RKO, it was the most vicious RKO I've ever seen. Rusev just seemed to be like at a 45-degree angle, with his head pointing at the floor and his legs still up in the air. But yeah, you can't really say it was a good match because there wasn't really much to it, you know. So you can't really say much about that. I got Big Cass and Randy Orton's match right, by the way. Then you had Demon Demon King Finn versus Bray Wyatt. The only now you guys know I love Finn Balor. It's not a secret, but the most exciting part of this match for me wasn't even part of the match. It was to see the Demon King's entrance, and the entrance itself was amazing. Like, it had the whole world in his hands bit that Bray Wyatt's been doing, playing the mind games, and then the little heartbeats, and then he comes crawling out, and yeah, everything about that entrance was just, it was a level up to the entrance that Finn Balor already has. So it was a great thing to see. But yeah, the match itself for me weren't anything special. Bray went to do his spooky thing where he does that spider walk, but again, it's not really creepy anymore because he does it so much. But then Finn just stood up, hit him with the coup de grace, and end of match. Then you had Bliss versus Banks. I predicted Finn right, by the way. Bliss versus Banks, again, a very good match. Bliss looking as beautiful as ever. And Banks won. Bank statement. Again, very sound, good match. They both, I think Sasha can make any match look good that she's in. Leads up to a great set of storylines. So yeah, it's a good thing to have Sasha win that, which I did predict right as well. I've got one, two, three, four more matches to go through. You had Sheamus and Cesaro versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Again, I predicted Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, which I got right. Again, like the SmackDown tag match, I think it was one of the matches of the night. Not the match of the night, but one of the best ones. It was four very talented, very gifted wrestlers in the ring at the same time. Had a good story behind it. The crowd loved it. Although I think the biggest pop of the whole match was when Cesaro ran into the crowd and burst the beach ball, which I think is good for his character, because he's meant to come across as a bit of a, I don't really want to swear, but a bit of a dick. And it was obviously like spur of the moment thing, because the writers and stuff, they can't predict for the crowd bringing in a beach ball, so it was good on Cesaro. Cesaro's like initiative to go and burst it and all that. But yeah, Seth and Dean won, which I'm very, very pleased about. When they won, I was like a little fangirl, I'll be completely honest with you. Just hoping now Roman rejoins them, maybe, because he's cool with them both now. But yeah, so there was that. And then you had AJ versus Kevin Owens. Again, a very, very good match. Not as good as Seth Dean, Sheamus, Cesaro. But it was very sound. It was solid. I thought they focused a bit too much on Shane, in my opinion, but again, that made it for the storyline. It made it to what has been rumoured of Team Shane versus Team KO at Survivor Series. Yeah, Survivor Series. Yeah, I mean, it'll be... It's set up the storyline, let's just say that. Then you had, for me, the most disappointing match and result of the entire night, and possibly the most the entire year, and that was Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura. The finish was a carbon copy of, I think it was Backlash, when Jinder won the title, and what's the next one? Money in the Bank. The carbon copies, which was just annoying, like with the Singh brothers interfering. I know that's what they're there to do, but if you want Jinder to come across as like a strong champion and not as a joke champion, have him beat Shinsuke clean. You know, not just the way he did, you know, because that was a joke. And like, Shinsuke was so over with the crowd, and then they just, I don't know, it's annoying, because it would have been the perfect time. They've already got the marketing out in India now. Take it off of Jinder and put it on Shinsuke. Give the title some damn meaning back, please. You know, it's just, this match really frustrated me more than any match I've seen this entire year, as I said. Yeah, but with the crap match came the best match I think I've seen this year. So, gone from the worst match and the worst result I think I've seen this year to the best one, which was the Fatal 4-Way for the Universal title. Now, started off as just mayhem. Braun and Roman went at each other straight away. Brock and Joe went at each other. Then you had then it tipped out of the ring and all that. They were fighting a bit outside, and then Brock and Joe were fighting, and then Reigns has come in for the spear. Joe's moved out of the way, and he speared Brock straight through the barricade. That was a wow moment in itself. Then you had Braun putting Brock through 2 tables with 2 power slams, and then tipping the 3rd table on top of Brock Lesnar, which in itself was just wow. Then you had the whole stairs bit, and yeah, the match, and Brock came out as he retained his title, so that's good to see, because even though a lot of people were like, they want to see the title more, I do personally, but I also think that with having Brock Lesnar as champion and having such a good such a strong champion, it makes the title mean more, and because it's not on every show and all that, it makes when you see it even more special and stuff like that. Yeah, it's very, very, well, the match itself was just wow, as I've said, but there's only one disappointment I've got, and it's not the fact that the match was bad or anything like that, because I've already said it's not, it's incredible, but it's the fact that SmackDown have got the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, because I would love to see Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal title inside Hell in a Cell. For me, that would just be insane. It would be carnage. You think Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar inside a cell was mayhem from a couple of years ago? Well, this one would go even further. And it would just make them both look like absolute monsters. Pun possibly intended. Yeah, it would blow everyone's mind, and it wouldn't just be a 60-second squash match, because Brock isn't going to get squashed by Braun. Braun Strowman isn't going to get squashed by Brock. It's just going to... It would be the most insane match of the year. And I said to myself last night, when I was watching it, I thought to myself that so far this year, Brock and Roman have been the MVPs of Raw. Which, with what they did in this match last night, proved me right. Their rivalry has been incredible. And anyone, whether you hate Roman or not, anyone who says otherwise, that their rivalry hasn't been great, well, I'm sorry, but they don't know what they're talking about. Their rivalry has been phenomenal. And yeah, it's just... I think it's time to move Braun onto the title picture, because I think he's ready. Something you wouldn't have said last year. But there you go. It just shows how much he's improved and how great he is now. And because he's been beating up Roman, he's so over with the crowd and all that. But let me know what you guys think. I really want to know what you guys think down in the comments of what you thought about SummerSlam 2017. If you can click the like button, that would be incredible. If you can click the subscribe button, that will also be incredible. My subscriber count has jumped massively since this tier has come out. So I just want to thank you guys all for that. If you have... I'll do another video on that. I was about to say, if you have Top Slam, then you can send me trades or anything like that. So if you want to know my Top Slam username to send me trades and stuff like that, then comment down below and I will put my username there so you can send me trades and stuff. But until next time, guys, I will see you later. Sorry for it being a long video, but that's my thoughts on SummerSlam. Until next time, I will see you later. Goodbye.